If you're watching this after the fact and you're not actually here live, to give you an update of what I got going on, I have been back and forth with my FedEx guy because I keep getting large shipments in, and most of these companies I'm buying from want a signature. So I was like, okay, no problem. And then, I was like, I can go online and do the little sign up thing, make an account, and then I can, go ahead and verify and pre-sign, all that stuff. All that's been done, and then he still will not deliver the package. And then, and this is specifically my FedEx guy, I don't want to speak for all of FedEx, he won't leave like the paper, won't like leave that he's there or anything. But I have a drop location. This is actually at my mom's house. I get a lot of stuff dropped here in an effort so that way she can sign for it, because I'm not always at my house, my wife's not always there, bouncing around. And my mom's got a big, nice covered front porch. So I get all my expensive stuff delivered here. She's out in the country, way off the beaten track. And I don't have to worry about porch pirates, stuff like that. But my FedEx guy won't deliver my box. He'll ring the doorbell, give it like 15 seconds, and then leave. And then he punches in on his little machine that, oh yeah, wasn't there, didn't sign for it, even though I've already made an account online. I've verified everything, and I did like the pre-online signature, all that stuff. And then I'll get a notification, you weren't there to pick up your package or to sign for it. And I'm like, what? So I call my mom, I'm like, hey, are you home? She's like, yeah, I'm home. I'm like, did you hear the doorbell? And she's like, yeah, I heard the doorbell, but he was gone by the time I got there. So I have a camera set up on her front porch. I set her up a camera system. I go and look at the camera, and the dude's there for like literally 10-15 seconds. I don't want to put his video up there because I don't want to show him. And I don't have anything against FedEx. This is a person problem, not a delivery problem. I have no issues with my UPS guy, my Amazon guy, even DHL. They're awesome. But this one specific FedEx guy, this has happened multiple times. So now I have another RAM order coming in. It's like, $1,300 worth of RAM. Of course, they want a signature because it's insured and all that kind of stuff. So I went online, and since you have an account, you can actually see where it's at live on the map. So now I am sitting here waiting for my RAM to actually pull down the driveway. And it's ridiculous that it's gotten to this point. But I guess that's what it's gonna take to actually have to do it. I had my kids open on the baby monitor. I was watching them. But what's up, guys? So I guess since I'm sitting here waiting, I just looked, and he was down the road a couple miles. I think there's like 5 stops in between there. And now I figured I'd do a little live stream, do a AMA, and maybe we'll see some RAM here in a minute. I can show off, what a bunch of RAM looks like, I guess. What Dr. Wilkinson, what's up? Chris Hanley, what's this all about now? Me and my FedEx guy have been not seeing eye to eye, so I'm sitting here waiting for him to come down the driveway, so that way he doesn't run up on my porch, ring the doorbell, and run away. Even though I have, because people are going to say it, I've went online, I've made an account, and I have already pre-signed for every package. Specifically, my FedEx packages don't get delivered. He doesn't leave the paper there, and then I get a text message notification on my account that I wasn't there to sign for it. When I get them all shipped to my mom's location, so because she is retired and she's at home, good covered front porch, but he doesn't give her enough time to even get up to get there. And this isn't a one-time thing. This has happened enough now that I'm spending time out of my day sitting here waiting on it, if that gives you any indication. So yeah, that's what's going on right now. Chris Hanley, get him. Yeah, it's just like I need the stuff for my job, Hi from India, love all your videos. Thanks, bro. Glad you could make it. Manikandan? Probably I butchered that. I know I did. Hit the like button. Heck yeah, give me some likes for, I normally don't sit anywhere and waste time like this, so it's driving me crazy. That's why I was like, let's go live and talk to some people. Now that I've expressed that, and everybody knows while I'm here, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing? Hi from Egypt. Satina Muhammad, what's up? How's Egypt right now? I guess it's probably warm. I know it's warm here. Just checking on the kids. What it do, Sugar Boo? What's up, Raised Off YouTube? Rudd Putts, welcome. Gaming Damned, should had taken the Mustang to show him up. I don't drive the Mustang very often. It's like once or twice a month at most. I'm most of the time in my truck. Hi from the Netherlands. What's up, man? Oh, it's 34 degrees. Crypto Mikkel, welcome. BrandonCoin, long-time listener, first-time caller. Well, I'm glad you made it. What's up, Batman from Canada? We know where you're at. The Batman flies. He moved out of Gotham. He's no longer in New York. He went north. Hi from North Korea. Are you waiting for your gyno appointment? Yankee, how'd you know? Yeah, we're here. We're waiting on it. I had to go get me a new purse first, right? BrandonCoin, when you gonna get more 32 or 64 gig RAM kits in stock? That's what we're literally waiting for right now, because my FedEx guy likes to ring and dash or whatever. So yeah, I'm trying to sign for my package, even though I've already digitally signed for it on my account. And I've even done the leaving a paper message, note on the door, all that kind of stuff. None of it matters. How much would you sell a Xeon motherboard with 32 gigs, E5 16 core, CPU and cooler? Probably in the high 100 range. I don't have any 16 cores in stock, but I have 8 cores and 14 cores coming in along with the 12 cores. So we're gonna have more kits available soon. I'm probably gonna break it up to where it's like a combo builder. You can like build out your own setup. At least that's the idea. Let me turn it on live chat. Sorry about that. Ding dong ditch. Yeah, Yankee. My FedEx guy is a ding dong ditcher, and I've done everything to make it to where I don't get ding dong ditched, because I used to get stuff to my house, but sometimes sometimes I'm not there and sometimes my wife's not there. So then I'm like, hey, my mom's retired. She's stay at home. She's there every day. So I get it sent to my mom's house. Nice covered front porch, off the road. It's like perfect, right? And then they like literally give them 5 seconds to get to the door. Yankee says, for months FedEx was leaving stuff in my driveway. I finally asked why, and somehow my preference was leave in my driveway. So I've made an account on FedEx, and my preference is leave it on the front porch. And whenever I get a package from a customer, especially a high value one, when it's insured over, I think when it's over $1,000, they require a signature. Sorry about that. So I go in and I make sure to digitally sign for them all, and it still doesn't even matter. This one specific guy, and I have a camera and I see him, so I know how long he's there. I know that he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't look at the preferences, all that kind of stuff. Hawk Tua says, any of the deliveries I get, I always show up right after I leave. What's up, Nick K, Hawk Tua, Race King Gaming? The reason why I ask, because I'm thinking about starting a business like yours, Race King Gaming. What'd you ask? Let's see here. Oh, how much would you sell a kit? I will have you know that like the Xeon game, there's a lot of people buying into the Xeon, like that reseller game. That's why I am pivoting, trying to offer more. Am I still live? Hello? Hello? Okay, what happened right there on your end? Because I'm on my iPhone, and my iPhone overheated, so it went black, and it was like iPhone temperature, blah blah blah. So I just took the case off of it and cranked up the AC and sat in front of one of the vents. That was wild. I have not had my iPhone overheat. It is hot as Hades out here though, so maybe that's why. Let's see the temperature outside. It's 98 degrees. You thought it was just your bad internet? No. It was my iPhone overheating. So I took the case off. My bad. I normally, whenever I live stream with my phone, I take the case off because I'm putting in a mount. thought my phone crapped out. Everybody thought it was on their end. Turn down the screen brightness. It stopped transmitting a bit, but you're back. I thought about a good feature for the Salad app, which is a countdown, for example, which would automatically retry when the software shows any degraded message. That would be a great idea, Dr. Wilkinson. The problem with most of those degraded or those issues that you run into, those errors, they need either a full restart or they need a driver restart. Race King, what were you saying about the Xeon stuff? Oh, it cut off right there probably. I've noticed there's been a lot of companies that are getting into the Xeon reselling, like Chinese boards. I've had multiple companies reach out to me. Some of them want to split containers from China, so that way we can, you know, they get their cost down, I get my cost down. Sorry, my phone is acting so weird right now. Is it really that hot? I mean, yeah, I guess I had it up there on my steering wheel. It is pretty hot, I guess. Are y'all still there? It like froze for a second. But so I've had other people reach out to me. Some of them want to like, I was talking to one and he actually can get allocation. Another guy already brings in boards, and he wants to split a container, a whole container of Xeons. Yeah, mainly it's the boards. I get all my Xeons in the States. I have 2 resellers that I buy from, and they can actually beat the Chinese Xeon CPU prices, and I can get them a lot faster. So the only thing I'm getting from China right now are the actual motherboards. But I get my RAM and the, well, I guess the coolers are coming from China too. But I do, hopefully I'll be able to switch over and get some of these new coolers soon. Black sales, you listed the T5810 on eBay. It's a 2650 V4, which is a 12 core, 32 gigs, 500 gig SSD. Brandon Salad Edition. That's a nice workstation right there. That's ready to drop in a GPU and go, especially like a 3060. Let's see here. Get an Android, BrandonCoin, no overheating. Well, I have an Android. That's actually my personal phone. Boom. It's actually a new. It's not new, but it's a new brand, NUU. You gotta have both, man. You gotta have both sides of the coin. So yeah, I would say just be very careful. I think it was Gaming Rage that I was talking to on buying a lot of the Xeon stuff and then reselling it, because you got to be careful about your RAM. You have to be careful about CPU compatibility. Not all the Xeon Chinese boards are exactly the same. There's like 3 different revisions depending on who you buy them from. The oldest ones will have a jumper beside the M.2 slot, and you have to physically change the jumper from one side, well, there's like 3 jumpers from one side to the other side if you want to run an NVMe SSD, or sorry, an NVMe, or if you want to run an SSD in the M.2 slot. Those are the oldest boards, and those boards have problems when you get up to the higher chips because they pull more power and they just become unstable. So for example, somebody had one of the older boards and they were trying to run one of the 20 core. Both sides of the coin. Geek of all trades, you know what I'm talking about. So you want to try to get the newest revision. The newest revision will have 2 M.2 slots on the board. The one in between that will have 1 M.2 slot, but it will be able to do NVMe or SSD with a BIOS setting. And these are speaking of just like your very typical, like 1 full slot, one full times 16 slot, 1 times 1 slot. When you get into the bigger X99 boards that have multiple full-size X16 slots, I don't have nearly as much experience. I just haven't broke into that yet. We have some of those coming. Dude, where's my FedEx guy? This is nuts. Hold on, let me see. Catch up on chat. Let's get this guy, Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra Gaming. So I used to have a S21 Ultra, and it's at the bottom of a lake in South Carolina right now. So that is unfortunate. I'm really bad with phones. That's why when I had a Flip 2, I really liked the form factor of the Flip. When I broke that one, I decided I just bought this new off of Amazon because it was cheap. It was like 60 bucks, and I'm like, it's gonna break, and I've already cracked the back of it. Yeah, I need to get me a nice phone. I want to get me a nice new iPhone because so many losses in an unfortunate boating accident. Yeah, man, me and boats, you know, me and water, it's rough out there. I want to get me a new iPhone, mainly because I use an iPhone for a lot of my recording. I hate to say it, guys, if you're on the go, iMovie and an iPhone for recording is really hard to be beaten. I record most of my content on my iPhone 12. That's what I'm talking to you guys on. I've had this thing for a long time. I need to upgrade, but it still does. I'm not gonna say it does great. It doesn't do great, but it does good enough. You know, it gets the point across. I feel like if I stepped up to like a 15 Pro Max, people would be able to see like such good quality. Geek of all trades. iPhone 12. Didn't know you were an antique collector. I mean, hey, we it's poor out here. We poor people, you know what I'm saying? We're just trying to scrape up a penny. We'll get there one day. Back in my day, see, my justification was it's still not broken. We po folks. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Crypto Mikkel? Glad you could make it. We po out here, you know what I'm saying? We got do what we do. But yeah, so I'm really leaning towards the iPhone 15s because they have the Type-C port, and then I'd finally be able to expel Lightning out of my life. My wife actually dropped her, she has a 13 Pro Max. She dropped it in the hot tub last weekend. So we went out of town. It was like a really nice, fun trip. She sets her phone like on the side table, and my son comes over and he's like running, and then just kind of like swats at the side table, and like phone goes in the hot tub, which they are waterproof, but hers is cracked on the back, so it's been acting funky and it doesn't charge good now. It charges like super slow, and we've tried multiple cords and bricks. You plug it in at night and it's like 50% by morning. So we don't know if that has something to do with it, but she's wanting a new iPhone, I'm wanting a new iPhone. My big holdup is I don't want debt, and I don't want a payment plan. And they're really expensive to buy outright, so we'll see. Might just do it. Chris Brown, my 3090 is still making nothing. Drop my NVIDIA driver back to 552.44. I can get $5 containers, but they drop out within minutes or after an hour maximum. It's annoying. So right now I've noticed I had some power issues and some internet issues, so my uptime did get hit last week. I went almost a full week of 53090s, 23060s, a 4060 Ti. Yeah, so that's all 8 systems right there. But a week on those 8 systems averaging about $8 to $9 a day, which is insane. Basically, they would be calculating every now and then, they would hit a job, but for the most part, they were not doing much. Now, after a week of uptime, I'm starting to pick up more consistent jobs. Yesterday, I hit $18 for a 24-hour period, just out of nowhere. It went from like $8, $9, $8, $9, $18. It's looking like today I've already, I'm at the $16, $17 range. So uptime is everything with this compute workloads. What about creating a new account on Salad, Renato? So it is frowned upon on Salad because they don't want you to abuse the referral system. So if you have an account and you refer the next account, you get double rewards for the first couple dollars. And you are subject to breaking their terms of service. So just take a look at that before you go making new accounts. I unintentionally was breaking terms of service, and I told the Salad team that, hey, I'm gonna make separate accounts for each individual rig, that way I can see their own stats individually. And they're like, whoa, hold up, pump the brakes, because originally you couldn't see your stats per machine. Now you can, it's still not optimal, but they were like, that is directly breaking our terms of service. You will get flagged in our system. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's why I consolidated it all down to one account. 4060 Ti 16 gig, good for Salad. They were really good. They were getting like $4 to $5 a day. Mine has been right around the $250 range lately. So I don't know if that's anything about that. iPhone SE is clutch. What is the SE? Is that the little one? Chris says, I know, bro. I was like, what the heck, looking at your videos. Yeah. Crypto Mikkel says, S23 Ultra user here, and the iPhone SE for work phone. Yeah, so iPhone is my social media / work line phone number. That 919-906-4947 number that I use for the shop is on the iPhone. And if you guys try to call right now, I'm just gonna like hit the deny number because 3 people have already tried to call. You need good RAM and CPU. Oh man, my phone is on fire again. Let's put you in front of the AC vent here. Oh, holy smokes, it's hot to hold. Temperature's coming down outside. It's only 96 outside right now. I can't even frame it. Better get the GPU, the more PC power to take advantage of it. Terrible camera, but it does the job. Audio is probably garbage. Yeah, I'm sorry right now. I'm trying to keep my phone from overheating. It's literally okay. Yeah, that's better. Air noise. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I had y'all in front of the air vent. Hurricane. Yeah, there we go. Where's my FedEx guy? It's 152. Let me check where he's at real quick. Hold on. AC is cooling the phone. Yeah, I know. We don't cool with AC around here. They want the supers. I swear the 40 series now more than anything. My mate's got a 4070 and he can't get a dime off of it. The regular 4070 is only a 12 gig. I know they prioritize higher VRAM cards, so that's maybe why you can't get it on a 4070. Oh, my estimated time has updated. It was 1:45, now it's 2:15. So it's 1:50 right now, so that means I guess you guys were just gonna go live for a little bit longer, if that's okay with you. He's waiting till you leave so he can ring and dash. He's in the live right now. What's up, FedEx guy? Oh, nice. I'm literally waiting on this RAM. I've already like pre-packaged some of these orders and already have the motherboards in there, CPU coolers, brackets, and I'm just like waiting for RAM. They need RAM to send them out the door. Free the RAM. I know. I need more RAM. It's funny because I get stuff shipped to the office and the FedEx guy over there like doesn't give a crap. He'll leave stuff out in the lobby. Like it's, I don't know if there's, maybe it's a FedEx problem, maybe not. BrandonCoin, would a 4060 Ti 16 gig or A4000 be better to run on Salad? They're about the same price nowadays. Geek of all trades, that's a good question. Your man Technicals actually did a test. The problem is on the customer side, A4000's not an option to rent. So from what the Salad teams told me, they try to pair up server cards to similar performing cards on their network whenever they were needing compute power. Right now they don't need compute power, so since A4000 is not an option, you're never going to get rented, basically. I think the Technicals actually ran his A4000 for like a week straight. I don't know exactly if it was like that, but I know it was quite a few days. Never got rented, never got a job, nothing. So I believe a 4060 Ti 16 gig would still beat out an A4000. And I know it would do a better job cooling itself, because I do not like those A4000 coolers. They're just too small. And that fan, I just feel like it's recipe for disaster. Yes, yes, Mikkel, free the RAM. Steven says my 13700 96 gigs 4070 Ti Super will get a job for 3 to 4 hours and then go back to calculating, while my 3060 will hit all day. So just keep them running. Those 3060 12 gig cards, those are really cheap cards for customers to rent, and I think there's more of those workloads on the network, or more of those customers, because my 3060s do stay rented more frequently. It's really easy to be on Salad and think like you're doing something wrong whenever there's it's a supply and demand issue. When I first started and I didn't make videos about Salad, I was like a lot more consistent, and there was always workloads. Even if you had downtime, you just turn a computer back on and you would get a job because there was more workloads than there were hosts. Now it's flip-flopped, and that's just the nature of the beast, right? Chris says, I'm waiting on a package too. I know the feeling, waiting for my new Nitro RC. Oh man, I haven't played with Nitro RC cars in a while. I remember them being awesome until they wouldn't run right. I'd rather have one bad A PC constantly get rented out than two mid PCs that are on and off. That's a fair point. Vibration sound, sorry about that. We are in my truck. So, was the sound bad? Let me try to position it better so it's not vibrating. Good night, this thing is hot. Can I put it in front of the AC vent for a minute just to cool it off? I apologize, wind noise incoming. Oh, is that what it sounds like, Hawktua? It's fine now. Well, it was fine because I picked it up. But I can barely hold on to it. What and how much are the PC cases you use? I've been using the BitPhoenix Enzo. They have discontinued that case in the US, so that's a problem. Is it possible CPU mine and run Salad? If you do, whenever they do the benchmark and they randomly benchmark computers, you'll fail the benchmark and you will not get issued a workload job. And you'll get a GPU or CPU performance error. So you can mine, but then you won't, like Salad won't do anything for you. You could turn on mining workloads in Salad, but your mileage will vary because some people said, oh, I'll get a mining workload and then it'll skip over a regular containerized AI job, and you don't want to skip those. Don't know if that's true or not. My 4070 has been running steady at $1.80 a day. Not great, but I guess it's better than zero, right? Appreciate the hustle. What about Salad on a VM, or does it prefer dedicated physical hosts? On their website, they say they prefer a physical dedicated host, but I've talked to people that have VMs running. They're using Proxmox 8. They're doing PCIe pass-through, and basically if you can give it, you know, enough cores and enough RAM and you have a big enough system, it will work. 100% confirmed. I have some big motherboards coming in, a dual Xeon, and I'm going to put 4 cards on it. I'm hoping to put my 4 3090s on it, slap some big boy power supplies in there, and consolidate all my, sorry, 3090s. I don't have 4090s. I don't know if I said 4090. But I'm hoping to put all my 3090s on that and get it running on a VM. I'm just going to hate the fact that I'm going to end up with downtime. You know? Got a customer call, got to run. Hey, later, man. Glad you can make it, GOAT. It looks like I got another maybe 15 or so minutes before the FedEx guy gets here. This phone is burning my hand. Well, it's back to 97 degrees outside, ladies and gentlemen. The sun's beaming. Doesn't even look like it's hot in the camera, does it? It looks cool outside. What's good, big dog? I'm at work, little time mining. I'm technically at work. I'm waiting for RAM to get here. Is 32 gigs enough for a 4060 Ti 16 gig? With 32 gigs, from what I've seen, they only will get the $2 jobs. It'll basically pick up jobs very similar to a 3060 12 gig. On my 4060 Ti, I put 64 in, and that's what other people had using to get those magical $4 jobs. Why does it say my internet's down at my house? 64 gig. Yeah, you want that 64 gig. Supposed to have ran around 3 p.m. Oh no, did my internet go out of my house? Don't tell me that. I need a shave. I need a haircut. Trying to reconnect to my baby monitor. I was watching the kids, but I guess the internet's out. Really? Lovely. Lovely. If the internet's out, then I have downtime. That means I'll be dropping jobs. So keep your systems on Salad live action, because they'll be picking up my work. Let me see if I can connect to my outside camera. Garage. My Salad's booming now. 306 miner, you're picking up my jobs. Okay, no, my garage camera's working. It's just the camera in the kids' room. It's been acting up. Oh no, it got it. Okay. And they're sleeping. Sound. 2 VMs working good. None to spare. They unplugged it to get them cookies. Brandon, I want your smallest job. Hopefully I didn't drop them. I don't know if that was a short internet outage or maybe there's just an issue with that camera. I need to put my internet and my systems on at least a small UPS for like blips. I'm still new to this area. I've only been here for about a year, but I haven't noticed power blips. But that's the thing. You won't notice them a lot of times unless you're running compute stuff. I know some people are like, oh man, Salad's never been steady for me. I leave my system up all the time. Yeah, hopefully it didn't drop out. And they're like, I never get consistent jobs. But I wonder if they don't have consistent like internet, because there's a lot of times where your internet will go down and you don't even know it. Sea Otter, 64 gigs with a 4070, can't get past 180. Or regular 470 is only a 12 gig card. So I believe that will limit you to like $2 jobs, maybe. I've seen like, what is it, 2080 Ti's do like 250. Dude, this is nuts. I just need my RAM. Where's it at? Still says 215. It's 203. 3090 do $5 on 32 gigs. Mine haven't. I've had to do 64 gigs on all my 3090 systems. Helps with competition. I can see that. Jobs are inconsistent on Salad. That is very true. There's not enough jobs. So you have to have a really solid system with really good specs, and you have to have really good uptime to be able to get those jobs. No way, dude. I'm ready for this FedEx guy. Like, so ready. Can I set my phone back down? How can you check your uptime? You can't. It's not a publicly shared metric, unfortunately. It's something that I talked to the Salad team about them sharing, but they are concerned that it would hurt people's confidence on staying on the network if they didn't have good uptime. And I'm like, the same thing happens when it just says calculating 24/7. Then you're just like, what the heck? I was like, right now people think things are wrong. What are these? Oh, we have filters. Oh, look at that. I didn't know that. Oh, we're black and white now. Can y'all see that? Bubbles. Dance party. I'm so bored. I'm just ready for this RAM. Glamour. Back in my day, we mined with Celerons. And then we got a Pentium. Oh, documentary. Silver screen. Oh, there you go. Haunted. Oh. Sketch. Alright, we'll just go back to regular. That's kind of better. It's like brighter. How do I get out of that? There we go. No, we don't want to stop streaming. I just want to get out of this, whatever this is. Okay. Loving the effects. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of it. There we go. Okay. I turned it on to pop. So we're popping right now. What else is there on here? Options. What's that? Oh, highlights. Back to work. Later, little time. I need to get back to work as well. I can mute the microphone. Hey, you're live. I am live. We're sitting here. I'm hurry up and waiting. I'm hurrying up and waiting. Like, hurry up and wait. It's a big saying around these parts. Me and my FedEx man have not been seeing eye to eye, and he's been doorbell ditching me, and I need this RAM, so I'm sitting here waiting for it to come in. Nick, I'm back. Welcome back. It's estimated to be here. It was showing me how many stops he was away. It doesn't say how many stops away he is now. It just says estimated 2:15. Tell us a story. All right, I got a story for y'all. Hold on one second. Let me check on my kids again. How everything started. I'll tell you guys my crypto story, at least the beginning of it. So I won't be able to. You stop for tea, yeah, probably. I won't be able to keep up with live chat here for a second, so let's just we'll hold off on the live chat. Alrighty. So sometime in 2016. I was working at CarQuest. I was an assistant store manager. CarQuest is a auto parts store. I was really into cars. I was making what I thought at the time was decent money. I was making like 12 bucks an hour. Nowadays, that's nothing. But I got to work with car parts. I got to talk to car people. I enjoyed my job. While I was at my job, there was a guy there that mined crypto. And he told me, oh, you ever heard of Bitcoin? I'm like, I've heard of it, you know, that's like how you buy drugs and stuff, and like dark web. And he's like, no, you can mine it and then you can sell it, and it's like legitimate and it's not illegal. I thought it was illegal. Well, thank you for that, Retro Mike. Continue on with the story though. So I was like, you know, yeah, I've heard of it, but I just didn't know anything about it. He was like, man, let me get you into it. At that time, I was broke. I was dead broke. 2016, I had just bought my first house. I was living in it. My girlfriend left me because of unrelated things. So I was living alone. I was single. Hold on. All right, buddy, I'm coming. Hold on, just wait for me. I'm gonna have to go to my house. It's a mile up the road. He's asking for me. Oh, he laid back down. Okay. Well, we'll finish my story real quick. Oh, if I run up there and the FedEx guy comes, I'm gonna be insane. Is that him? No. All right, he laid back down. I'm gonna give him a second. So anyway, I was living at home, single, blah, blah, blah. 2016 finishes. I go into 2017, right when they go inside, they will show up, I know. So 2017 comes around, and I'm like, I wanna get into crypto because this guy is no longer working with me. FedEx guy's watching from across the road. I feel like he is, 100%. So 2017 rolls around. I'm never gonna be able to finish this story. There's too much going on. I'm watching to see if my son's getting up. He laid back down. Let me check and see where the package is. No worries, bro. I'll do a whole separate stream of like a getting started story. Like, and now I can't get anything to load. This is lovely. Dude, I feel like as soon as because my house is right up the road from my mom's, I don't live too far away. As soon as I leave this driveway and to go to my house, I feel like the FedEx guy's gonna like whip up in here, do a donut, and leave. Like hit the the door and then be gone. Okay, I think my son's do a reverse interview with Max or one of those guys and talk about how you each got into it. That would actually be really cool, Eric Gordon Strider. I need to bring some people on the live stream. I never end up, I haven't done that in years. He's laying down. I think he's back asleep. I don't know if my internet's going out up at my house or not, but like the camera keeps losing connection. Oh, he laid back down. I was gonna say he stood up and then laid back down again. Okay. Well, since he laid back down, we'll sit here and we'll talk for a little bit longer. Alrighty, just wanted to make sure he was either back asleep or close to it. So yeah, 2016 or 2017 comes around. I'm still living at home. You know, I've had a couple girlfriends. At the time I had been basically concentrating on cars. So I had a 96 Mustang GT convertible, you know, wheels, tires, lowered it, V8 exhaust, like fun car, manual, little 5-speed. Had that, sold that. Then I got I had a Bug-Eye WRX Subaru, went big turbo, big injectors, blew it up, rebuilt it, put a new motor in it, all that jazz. From the Subaru, then I evolved into an Integra and like getting into the Honda world. But all that kind of came crashing to the middle of 2017. I wanted to get into like making some money because I just wasn't making enough money to support my car habits. I was always like, oh man, you know, I can't afford pistons right now. I can't afford a turbo right now. I can't afford the wheels I want. Like, how can I make more money? How can I make more money and not go to jail? You know, obviously there's ways to make money and go to jail, but we ain't trying to do that. So that's when I remembered, oh man, you know, that guy was talking to me about like mining Bitcoin, you know, like let me mine some Bitcoin. So I go on Google and like first thing that comes up, boom, NiceHash, you know, and I'm like, oh, I can do this on my computer. I got a gaming computer. Heck yeah. At the time I had a GTX 960. No, sorry. The first computer I used it on was a GTX 760. I ended up getting a 960. At the time it was making like, I don't know, maybe like 75 cents a day, 80 cents a day. It wasn't worth it for me. It was like really small numbers. So I sat down, I crunched some numbers, and I'm like, I'm gonna build a rig. I'm gonna build a rig. What's like the best bang for the buck cards to buy right now? And it was GTX 1060 6 gigs. And when I mean like these cards were like good, they were good. Nowadays, people won't even look at a 1060, but back then a 1060 6 gig was the cat's meow for like a budget build system. Not saying that they're like crazy high performance, but what you were paying for versus what you were getting 6 gigabytes of VRAM. That was a lot of VRAM, you know, 2017 era. Obviously you could get more with other cards, but for a card that was, I want to say somewhere around 200 bucks is like what I paid for them back then. 1060 6 gigs were good. They were mopping the floor with 960s, 970s. I mean, you were basically like getting 980 performance, like crypto mining performance out of a 1060 for a lot of algorithms. Now, a lot of people were like, oh, you were mining Ethereum back then, right? No, 100% you were not mining Ethereum back in 2017. Smart people were, but I was on NiceHash, so I was mining like, you know, Decred and or if I was mining Ethereum, it was dual mining whatever else was going on at the time, because dual mining everything on Ethereum was hot for a while. I was mining Bitcoin Gold, I was mining you know, other Equihash coins, Zcash. Yeah, Retro Mike knows Zcash was a huge one. All these other coins were so much more profitable, or significantly more profitable than mining Ethereum. And since I was mining on NiceHash, I was just getting paid out in Bitcoin. Back then, you had the option to use like the NiceHash GUI miner or the NiceHash Legacy miner. Well, I think that actually came out like beginning of 2018. I preferred the Legacy miner. It was just more simple. It kind of reminded me of like Windows XP layout. I wish they would do like a new retro throwback Legacy miner. It just made more sense. It was less user friendly, but I liked it. You know what I mean? I just liked it. But oh, sorry, let me take a drink here and we'll continue on. So we're at 2017, we're at our first rig. I did 6 GTX 1060s. Ciao, Mr. Roberts. At the time, you couldn't go on Amazon and buy mining rig frames. Risers were not even like on Amazon. They started popping up like into 2017, but a lot of your specialty like mining hardware, you had to buy it from websites, like not just like big box websites. So I think the first set of risers I got some of like the AAA wave back in the day, if you remember that company. And then I switched over and I used U-bit risers for a while, and then eventually, you know, graduated up to GPU risers, and that was pretty much the end of it. One of my rigs has a 1060 still. I mean, hey, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, that first rig of 6 1060s was probably one of the single biggest financial investments I had made outside of a car or a house. I know it was, actually, and I was really proud of it. So what I did is I didn't want to spend money on these mining rig frames that at the time, like AAA Wave had them. They were expensive. There was another company that popped up, Veta frames. They kind of made them cheap. They definitely evened out the market on mining rig frames, but everybody was making open air frames. And nobody, not like the whole boxed up Octominer thing hadn't hit the scene yet. So I mined on that for a while, and I basically took every dollar that those 1060s made, which at the time they were making dollars per day per card. I remember seeing, you know, 20 plus dollars a day on my 6-card 1060 rig back then, and that was like, I was thinking like, oh yeah, this is normal, like let's just buy more. I had no idea how spoiled I was until later on. Obviously, you know, hindsight's 2020. So I was just taking that money, buying more cards. I built a 1050 rig after that, and that's where I gained a huge audience on YouTube, because I'm like, you know what, let's start making videos, let's show people this is amazing. Yeah, Mr. Roberts, we're gonna get to that. That was actually the 1050 rig. So I started buying shoe racks. Instead of, you know, cutting all this wood up and building them, I found a design for a shoe rack that was on Amazon. It was like, I don't know, it was really cheap, under 20 bucks. You could set the shoe rack up, you could set a motherboard on the bottom, you could run your cables up, and you could zip tie your graphics cards above them on the shoe rack, and it just made it a really easy, quick setup, cost-effective solution to start like scaling more and more rigs. But my next rig was a GTX 1050 rig. I did 1050 2 gigabytes, so not the TI. All right, sorry about that. My phone overheated again. My iPhone 12 is crying. Right now my truck says it's 99 degrees outside. I have my phone sitting on my steering wheel, so the sun is beaming on the back of my phone, and I'm trying not to pump the AC too loud in here, so that way there's not too much wind noise. So it's a recipe for disaster. It's now 2:20. My RAM was supposed to be here at 2:15, and it just says estimated time 2:15. So yeah, it's coming. It's late. It's okay. Everything's fine. Sorry about that, guys. I know I was just getting started, spooled up on. I can't tell a story to save my life because all these external things keep happening. Put your phone in a holder in front of the vent. Wind noise. Yeah. I was holding it earlier, and people even turned down. People are just like, oh my god, it's wind tunnel, hurricane. This is just a good excuse for me to get a newer phone, right? The newer ones run cooler, right? Maybe, I don't know. We're at 48 minutes on this live stream, and we've overheated twice. By the way, I want to give a big shout out to Retro Mike with the $5 donation. Never required, always appreciated. ADH something or another. Yeah, you know how it is. They still run hot. Oh man, that stinks. And I did take the case off. I saw somebody said that earlier. That's the end of it. Gone. Crop it and post it as a video. You inspired me to build a shoe rack rig. RX 550 or bust. Retro Mike, I did build a RX 550 rig. Basically, I snowballed one rig into another rig into another rig, and then before I knew it, I was just buying more cards, and I was not saving any money. So I originally did this endeavor to make money and buy car parts and buy cars. That never turned into fruition. Luckily, I just took all the money that I made and I bought more hardware. And I did that for a significant amount of time. I made YouTube videos. I gained a following. Obviously, I'm still streaming on it today. And I really enjoyed it. Crypto's been very good to me. I guess I'll pick up this story like 2018 and on another live stream or another video. Yeah, my son, okay. Yeah, I think he's getting back up. He's like, keeps lifting his head up. I don't know what to do about FedEx. This is insane. I've been sitting down here for like almost an hour. I remember your 550 build. At the time, I would watch you, Vosk, and browse Bitcoin Talk every night before going to bed. I mean, that, like, literally, I remember me and my friends, we would get on Bitcoin Talk and just talk about all the new coins coming out. A lot of them would, you know, do a bunch of experimental mining. I wasn't big on the experimental mining, but I always liked watching it and seeing what was happening and that kind of thing. I always just wanted I just give me my Bitcoin so that way I could sell it. Back then they had the free exchanges or free transfers to Coinbase, so that was nice. It was fast, free, no fees, and then I could buy my cards. Okay, he's back down. If someone's gonna get into Salad, is more RAM better or stay around 64 gigs? Race King Gaming. So I was told, as of right now, officially, customers cannot request more than 30 gigabytes of RAM, but I know that's not true because I have systems with 64 gigs of RAM and Salad will use 50, 55, 60 gigs, and then you have the last 4, 5, 6 gigabytes being used up by Windows. And then I've seen people with 128 gigs of RAM and they're using Salad's using 70, 80 gigabytes of RAM. So it's tough. Chris Brown says 48. Some people blame the extra RAM usage on WSL or the Linux container bloat. Some people say that there has been jobs essentially or workloads sold not outside of the ecosystem but outside of the initial like setup tutorial from the beginning. I did ask the Salad team about that, and they said that there has been, you know, custom workloads sold, and some of those do go outside of the recommended specs. Of course, I asked when, you know, for them to clarify, and they're like, we can't yet, but there is going to be new maximum recommended specs coming out soon. Apparently, it was supposed to be last week. Maybe we'll see it this week. I don't know. Yes, Aragorn Strider. Job selection stops at 30 gigs, but there has been confirmed custom jobs, and the custom jobs can go over it. Of course, they won't tell me what it goes to, so that's just up in the air. Oh, you already answered. Yeah, same thing. Oh my goodness, I am so tired of just sitting here. Oh goodness. Somebody was saying I need to get like a crypto tattoo. So I only have tattoos on my one arm. And I've pretty much done like all, like, you know, games stuff or like stuff from my childhood. So I have, like, you know, Legend of Zelda. This is the Ocarina of Time Hyrule Shield. And then, you know, got the old Triforce. You know how it is. Pigeon tattoo, all fun. You know what's funny is I have a Pigeon QT wallet still to this day with probably a couple of them on there. Is there a way to monitor Salad by phone? You can install Chrome Remote Desktop, or not install it, but you can get on Chrome Remote Desktop on your phone I go through the Chrome browser, and then you can log into your Salad machines like that. It's not optimal, but it does work. Thank you, Brandon, for sharing your knowledge and experience. You and a few other crypto miners are the reason why mining is possible. Oh, man. My opinion. Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Roberts. I appreciate it. I've always tried to help out people. And a lot of people are like, man, all you do is shoot yourself in the foot or you're scamming people. And I'm like, I don't try to scam anybody. What I try to do is show my experiences. I try not to be a salesman. I try not to be, you know, a shiller or whatever. I just show people what I'm using. If they want to buy it, that's great. If they don't, they can just watch. My wife just asked, what do you want me to get from the store? Food. I'm starving. Sell me your Pigeon wallet. I'll trade you hardware. Retro Mike, I don't know how much is in that Pigeon wallet, but I have an external hard drive, and I don't have the power adapter. I need to shuck the drive and see what's on there. I've in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, maybe I have Bitcoin on there, but I know I don't have Bitcoin on there. Yo, hold on. We got the FedEx guy. All right, if y'all are quiet, I'll bring y'all with me. Be quiet. Oh, this is a different truck. I'll catch him. Oh, that's a different guy. Dang, it's not the guy. This one's got like a legit FedEx truck. The other one drives like a rental truck. He's in the back right now. Good. How are you?
Doing well. Come off. I'll just get a signature from you, please.
Yeah, no problem. You staying cool today?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Man. It's a little bit cooler than it has been these past couple of weeks, man. So
that's
gotta enjoy it as it comes. We'll take it however you give it, man.
Yeah. At least it's under 100 today, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Hey, take it easy.
You too, man. Take care. All right.
Later. All right. Well, I hope he becomes my new FedEx guy. 100%. He's cool. He did make me sign though. What am I signing for? Oh, one of these is not mine. Hold on. Oh, one of these is mother's. I'm gonna drop this on the porch real quick. Get a pack of beer. Yeah, he seems chill. Yeah, this guy does. I think this is like the official. So like, he's in an actual FedEx truck. The guy that I've had a problem with does not pull up in a FedEx truck. He pulls up in a rental box van, like a budget truck. Maybe that's my issue. Is he's like a fill-in guy. Alrighty. Yo, let's go open up some RAM and end this live stream because I want to go home. I gotta pack some boxes. Sorry, I have totally missed the live chat, guys. If you guys were saying anything, I didn't catch it. All right, let me not leak my mother's address on live real quick, right? Those are the contractors, I believe. They are a-holes. Well, you know what? I agree with that. At least mine has been my experience. BrandonCoin is 6'11". Yeah, right. Did he ask how tall I was? All right, let me not show the label. Well, they taped it well, so that's good. All right, guys, are you ready to see? This order was $1,300 worth of RAM. Oh, yes, it's glorious. It's glorious. Oh, look at this. This is a rack right there, boys. That's a rack of Samsung 32 gig DIMMs. Oh. Hold on. I gotta pop it open for y'all. Something about I'm such a like hands-on guy, you know? Like I love having my hands on some hardware. Sheesh. What's the speed and timings? Let me pull it up. I've been buying the same spec from this supplier. And the speed on it, I believe it's 2133. It's like nothing special. But I have not had a single stick test out bad. And it's not like people are buying these to go game on them and they'll never utilize like the full amount of RAM. These systems are going on to Salad and they are utilizing the RAM. And that's where I was running into issues buying substandard RAM that in a gaming situation might have never had an error or might have blue screened once in a blue moon. But for compute, it's not gonna jive. And I noticed there's been a lot of people post like, oh, I just bought this is a brand new RAM, and I'm like, what is it? And they're like, oh, you know, it's Team Group, or it's like, you know, some Patriot Value RAM. And I'm just like, there's a reason that it's cheap. I had to learn the hard way. Thinking about buying another rig from you, Keith. Let me make sure I'm fully caught up. I've been recommending everybody to wait, because I hate people, you know, giving me their money and then waiting. So if you could just text my work phone number, and then I can message you once I fully know about being caught up. Does faster RAM with better timings process the salad jobs faster? From what I understand, salad... My son's making some noise. Whenever you rent out a rig on salad, and whenever they connect you to a customer orders their job by RAM amount, not by timings or speed. And the speed at which you get the job done does not affect your pay. So unlike traditional mining, if you overclock your GPU, you'd get more money. If you overclock your GPU on salad, you won't get more money. So I assume the same goes with RAM. The biggest hitch or issue that the salad teams told me is container jobs not loading up fast enough from hard drives and from slow internet connections, because they do have a timeout process. So if you're loading it off of a really slow hard drive, it would time out, or if you're loading it off of a slow internet connection, it would time out and drop the job. But from what he was saying, if you're on DDR4, even the slowest DDR4 is fine. I have DDR3 systems. That's a funny way to put it, Aragorn Strider. I have DDR3 Xeon systems that get rented fine, and they make just as much as the DDR4 3060 system. All right, so I got the top cover off finally, so you guys can bask in the glory. Oh, tell me it's not beautiful to see a full rack, just full. Now, about half of these are already sold, so I got to go up there and get to work. This is a full 50 sticks here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, it's beautiful. We'll pop one out just so somebody can see it. So it is, dang, I like your rack. Yeah, you're a rack guy too. My phone's not gonna be able to pick that up, but it's Samsung 32 gig. It's the 2RX4, 2133, and you'd probably have to pull the timings up online because it doesn't say. But anyway, my dad just